God, the month. It's Wednesday. Jeez, it's February 24th already. God, it seems like it was just the start of February and already we're at the 24th. I ended up not getting my shot yesterday. 'Cause what was scheduled was my wife's shot was yesterday and my scheduled shot is tomorrow. But I was hoping yesterday that when we went in, they might just say, go ahead, we'll grab you both right now. But they said they were, as far as dosages they had, was pretty much for everybody that was on the books for yesterday. No big deal. So I go in tomorrow and I'll get my second shot tomorrow. I'm fine with that. It's like the more organized they have it, the better it's going to be for everybody. So that's fine. It was really nice yesterday. One of the fun things is in doing these videos, some of the people that I'm doing on here, I haven't talked to in quite a while. And it was really great because doing Sheena Easton the other day, we hooked up yesterday and we talked for quite a while and caught up on a lot of stuff because I haven't seen Sheena since I was over in London with Phil Collins working, and Sheena was working on I think a West End show over there, and I ended up going to lunch with her and we caught up then. But it's been a while, and we used to see each other all the time. We were really good friends, and so it was wonderful yesterday just to catch up with her and see what's up in our lives. Bunch of cool things going on. The other day, Julian Lennon contacted me about doing a song for him. So he's going to send me files on that. I'm looking forward to that. I really like Jules. He's a really good guy, and this will be fun to do that. And a couple of other, some projects that come in. It's early morning here still. It's 8:15. I've been taking care of some stuff. I have a 10 o'clock Zoom meeting, and then at noon I'm meeting Blue to go over some things with the book, and we're getting pretty close, I think, to be able to ship a load to Japan. Still working on Europe, but some things have come up in Japan that look like real good possibilities, so we're going to sort that out. It just seems like every day there's just tons of stuff. Yesterday, I'm glad I wasn't videoing in the afternoon because I've got some bushes here that were loaded with dead wood that really needed to be, I didn't want to pull the bushes up, but I really needed to thin them up, but I had to crawl into them. And it's like today, my eye, you can't see it on this, was all blood running down here yesterday. And that was a complete disaster. I look like some kind of a cutter, a cross between a cutter and a stigmata yesterday. But one of the things I've really enjoyed, I don't mind revisiting people with other projects, and it's been really fun in these past week or so, doing Sheena Easton and Olivia Newton-John and all these really fabulous female singers that I've gotten to work with over the years. And today I want to revisit absolutely one of my all-time favorite singers, period, and that's Linda Ronstadt. I've known Linda forever, and she is absolutely one of the coolest, brightest, most interesting people I've ever known. And every chance I ever got to go in the studio with her, to me, was just magical. It's just one of those things, somebody just walks up to a mic, opens their mouth, and you just go, wow. There's just no getting around it. This is a truly remarkable gift. And it's been fun to work with her in several of the formats that she's chosen to work in, and she just brings it. I mean, it's a remarkable experience to be around her. She's quite a force of nature. Now, I'm going to read some things to get these glasses off again. This was a really great project. It didn't get a lot of critical praise, but I think it's a fantastic album. And it's called Winter Light. And we cut this back in 1993, it says. We worked in two different studios on this. Both were north of San Francisco. One of them was called The Site. And we did a bunch of work up there. It was really just this beautiful studio up in the top of a mountain. It had these incredible windows in it, and you'd be sitting there working, and all of a sudden you'd look out the window, and there would be like turkey vultures flying by, and deer coming up and looking in the window, and man, it was something. They had a great studio dog, which was really good. Great cook up there. Just so many aspects of it were really great. It was a really comfortable studio to work in. And then the other part was just like, as you go back down to the highway from the studio and you go up, just continue down a little bit farther down the highway, was Skywalker Ranch, George Lucas's facility, which had a absolutely magnificent recording complex on it. And we did a bunch of projects up at Skywalker. And it was really fun. I was up there with Carlos Vega, and I remember they had almost like a Victorian village. It was like guest houses, and they were just fantastic. I mean, everything George would touch was unbelievable. Just one of the most magnificent complexes I've ever been in my life, and the whole concept of it was great. But like Carlos and I were there, and we finished working late in the evening, and everybody split, and Carlos and I just went exploring the studio complex. And because this is where the THX was, it was a big THX theater, and they were doing like all of the post-production for the movies, Raiders and all those things. And we found like the Foley room, and we went in there playing with all this crap that they had in there, all these different things you could walk on, dirt and gravel and all kinds of surfaces for recording people walking. I mean, it was something. It's really something. And I love George Lucas. Was one great guy, and it was always great to go hang out with him in the office. And their office complex was this massive, like a Victorian mansion that just, you'd go in there and it had the most, Maxfield Parishes and all these unbelievable paintings and incredible stained glass. And it's just a memorabilia everywhere. I just loved it. The opportunity to work there was really amazing. And it was really great over the years. Leslie Jones, she took over she's like in charge of recording up there. But I knew Leslie from Capitol Records for many years. She's a great engineer. And the added bonus to that was her father was Spike Jones. And it doesn't get much better than that. And for any of you who don't know who Spike Jones is, go on YouTube and pull him up. Spike Jones and his City Slickers. It was an amazing, incredible musicians, but kind of just really zany stuff. And they did a couple of movies, and it was great. So this project was really, so wonderful. And I marked down everybody who was involved up there on this project. It was myself and Dean Parks on guitar, Robbie Buchanan and Matt Rawlings, both doing keyboards, Russ Kunkel, of course, on drums, and the incredible Emil Richards doing percussion, Dave Boroff on saxophone, Dennis James on the glass harp, Plaz Johnson on tenor, and John Clark on flute. David Campbell did the string arranging on it. And David's we're so connected over the years on so many projects. It's crazy. And an amazing bunch of background singers. The wonderful Valerie Carter, who we so miss. She's been gone for a long time, but we were on the road with James and all kinds of stuff. I did her first not a solo album. I did her first group album. She was in a band called Howdy Moon. We worked on that, and that was the first time I met Valerie. She was a treasure. Arnold McCuller. Arnold's been a staple in the LA scene forever. It's been singing with James and Phil Collins and everybody, and has a solo career, and he's just absolutely wonderful. Alex Brown, Marinette Jenkins, Marlena Jeter, Donnie Gerardo, Joseph Powell, and Aaron Neville singing background. It doesn't get better than all these people. And then the production teams were kind of mixed up from different songs and stuff, but it was, Peter Asher, who's like kind of like the catalyst that's brought so much together in this, especially in the West Coast music scene. Peter is like, man, he is it. Linda was co-producing the album, and George Massenberg was engineering and co-producing. And George is one of the most unbelievable engineers that's ever lived, and also kind of like a mad scientist. I think he invented flubber, but brilliant mind and great guy. And then the wonderful Steve Tyrell was co-producing, and Steve goes back to a whole bunch of this stuff. And Steve and I worked on so many albums when he was working as a producer, and then when we did the music for the Father of the Bride movie, I've told this before, Steve did some temp vocals for some songs and turned them in for approval on it. And I forget her last name, Nancy, who was the director of Father of the Bride, fell in love with Steve's vocal on it and said, no, we're not going to get anybody else. We're just going to use your vocal on it. And an entire new career started for Steve. And he's got lots of records out doing standards. And I've done lots and lots of projects with him as the artist. It's amazing, when you see friends, like life just suddenly is like going like this and then it goes and flips over and something totally different goes on. And they're successful at both. So it's wonderful for Steve. And then the world's great maniac, Doug Sachs, who's no longer with us though, but he mastered the album. And mastering is a whole other story about what happens at the end of a record before it's truly finished. After you've recorded everything, the last step is it goes to mastering. And that's where some of the real little magical things happen in that process. But so I thought today I was just going to play some songs of Linda because there's nothing like the gift of listening to a brilliant artist. And that's Linda. I mean, to be in a studio with her is something really unique and special. And so I'm going to go ahead and play a few songs here. And just sit back and dig her. I was so relieved the other day doing Mari's music, because this year has been so weird in terms of keeping chops up. I mean, it's one thing to sit in here and play along, and at night I come in here and I work and play, but when you actually have to dig in, because it's like exercising at home, I guess, and the difference between having a dumbbell at home and you're lifting, and then you go to a gym and somebody's going, come on, lift it, come on, one more rep, and at it. And it's a different level of commitment at that point. So, playing at home. So I was really grateful when I got in the studio the other day with Mari, and it was pretty intense stuff that we did. The one thing I put up was the ballad, but there was a couple other tunes that were really hauling ass, really intense. And I was so grateful that it came out, no blisters, no nothing, hands are fine. So I was thrilled with that. And the thing that we're kind of in a countdown mode where all of our band, the immediate family, we are pretty close to everybody having both their shots. And we're going to give it a couple of weeks for everything to really settle. And then we're going to start playing. We're going to be rehearsing. We don't have any gigs or anything, but we're looking at going in the studio. We have a studio album that was supposed to be released in November, and needless to say, with the pandemic, everything's behind schedule, and the documentary film is still being worked on and all that. So we are going to be releasing that studio album, which is really great. I'm so proud of it. I'm so proud of the writing and the performance on it. The guys are just at the top of their game. So that will be coming out, hopefully summertime. But we're so lucky to be with a label, Quarto Valley Records, and Bruce Quarto has really been supportive, and they've said, well, you guys are still writing, you're still doing all this stuff, why don't you go make another record and we'll have that out maybe at the first of following year. That's kind of unheard of, to have that kind of support. So we got a lot of material ready to go. So, once everybody's, got their shots behind them, we're going to start getting to work. And then hopefully at the end of the year, if things are safe, we're going to be hitting the road. And we got stuff in the book, and we'll see how it all lines up, if it's safe enough to do it. But fingers are crossed that we'll start to see some semblance of interaction in life before too long. But we can't be stupid about it. If things start opening up, don't abuse it. Don't push it, because that just puts us farther behind the 8 ball at that point. So enough of that. I'm going to go ahead. This is a beautiful song here. This is called Heartbeats Accelerating. So Linda Ronstadt, and this is from Winter Light, this album. So let's listen to a few tunes. I'm such a fan, I can't tell you. What the hell? Oh,
Hi, my name is Louis Navalier.
Please, already.
I own a multi
Couple of bars into it. I'm going to go back to the top of this. And if Louis comes on again, I'm going to punch him out. Kind of like Close Encounters here. Da, 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 da. Oh, God. So quirky. what a quirky tune. I mean, it's just really quirky and interesting. The construction is really great on it. Here's a classic. This is a classic cover that she did. Oh No, Not My Baby. This is what she does so beautifully. So check this out. Oh, I'm going to kill
figure out how to
something.
start an online business,
I'm
or how to
losing
get people
my
to actually
mind.
buy from you over the internet. I have some really good news.
Go. Start again. Start again. God. It's disgusting.
When my friends told me you had someone new, I didn't believe a single word was true. I showed them all I had a faith in you. I just kept on saying, oh no, not my baby. Oh no, not my sweet baby. You're not like those other guys who lead you on and tell you lies. Mama told me when rumors spread there's truth somewhere and I should use my head, but I didn't listen to what she said. I kept right on saying, oh no, not my baby. Oh no, not my sweet baby. You're not like those other boys who play with love like they were toys.
Oh, yeah. It's got to be Dean Parks.
You might have had a last minute fling, but I am sure it didn't mean a thing. 'Cause yesterday you gave me your ring. Now I'm glad that I kept on saying, oh no, not my baby. Oh no, not my sweet baby. You're not like those other guys who lead you on and tell you lies. Oh no, not my baby. Oh no, not my sweet baby. Oh no, not my baby. Oh no, not my sweet baby. Oh no, not my baby. Oh no, not
An American treasure, a human treasure, not just America, but she's just so special and just the best person, just the coolest friend you could ever want. A couple more here real quick, and then, oh, this was a beautiful song here. I just don't know what to do with myself. I can listen to Linda all day. I mean, to me, it's like it's one of those voices where you just puts you in a zone, and you're just going, yeah, yeah, babe. So here we go. Hopefully, not another. These are classics, remakes.
I just don't know what to do with myself. Don't know just what to do with myself. I'm so used to doing everything with you. When everything two.
Oh God, I'm losing my
Check
mind.
this out. I'm
This
gonna
is
show you how
more
I afforded
crap
the
than
car.
we've had.
$118 for car
Let me
insurance.
get this
That's
out
what I
of here.
was paying.
This is so disgusting. I'm losing my mind. Gotta resolve this.
I just don't know what to do with myself. Don't know just what to do with myself. I'm so used to doing everything with you.
The phrasing.
Everything for two. And now that we're through, I just don't know what to do with my time. I'm so lonesome for you, it's a crime. Going to a movie only
So
makes
greasy
me
right there.
sad. Please make me feel as bad when I'm not with you. I just don't know what to do. Like a summer rose neath the sun and rain. I need just a little to ease all the pain. I just don't know what to do with myself. I don't know just what to do with myself. Baby, if you knew I ever turned you down, come back, I will be around, just waiting for you. I don't know what else to do. Like a summer rose.
Just digs in.
Neath the sun and rain, I need just a little to ease all the pain. I don't know just what to do with myself.
Yeah.
I don't know just what to do with myself. Baby, if you knew I've ever turned you down, come on back, I will be around, just waiting for you. I don't know what else to do. No, 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 I don't know what else to do. I'm just so crazy for you. No, 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 no. I don't know what else to do. I don't know what.
Give me a break. That is unbelievable. She's just so good. This is a beautiful song. This will be the last one. I had a couple of others, but this is going to be a long video, so I'm going to go ahead and just go ahead and hope there isn't a... I can't believe how many commercials are showing up today. This is crazy. This is Anyone Who Had a Heart. I believe this is Backrack David song. I should have gotten down the composers. I'll do that next time because they deserve more credit than almost anybody. If without a great song, what are we doing here? So this is Anyone Who Had a Heart, and you'll recognize this one too. This is another classic.
Anyone who ever loved.
Well, we didn't get very
$59
far into that
binocular
one, did
telescope
we?
Is taking the world
Unreal.
by storm. It allows you to see every.
Sorry.
Anyone who ever loved could look at me and know that I love you. Anyone who ever dreamed could look at me and know I'll dream of you. Knowing I love you so. Anyone who had a heart would take
Splaz Johnson on sax. I'll tell you, it's impossible to describe to people who haven't experienced it, to be sitting in a recording studio and put your headphones on and hear great musicians playing and then a voice like that on top of it. It is one of the greatest gifts and blessings you could have ever want in your life, is to experience that moment. And the intimacy of a studio where everybody's seeing each other and we're all connected in there. And you just, when these tracks happen, you just know it, you feel it. You look in the control room and and you're seeing people like just, glued to the window, just knowing they're getting a great take. It's just the best. It's just the best. I miss it so much. I'm hoping once all this is over that we can get back into that. There are some sessions going on, but it's under such adverse circumstances with distancing and constant testing and masking and everything. Just that organic thing that would happen in a studio normally. But boy, if I get called, I will go and work. I'll be safe, but I wouldn't miss it for anything. And again, can't wait to get on the road. And again, like the posts that I did these past few days of like walking, taking on the tour of A&M or Henson Studios and the Rock Walk and things like that. Once this is really kind of behind us and we're able to travel again and work again and all that, I think it'd be a really nice part of the videos, not always music, but just places and experiences, especially relating to music. There's so many wonderful studios still around that it'd be really fun to take you on a little travelogue through those too. So I intend to do that. I'm going to get going now. I have to upload this, and then I have a 10 a.m. Zoom for an upcoming live stream thing. I'm going to get all the details on this at 10 o'clock, and then at noon I'm going over to meet with Blue about the book and Japan and a whole bunch of stuff to sort out with that. And life, just life. I'll come back, probably do some yard work, make sure I bleed a whole lot more. It was like really disgusting. But it's all the stuff I think about after I do it. But some things you just have to bite the bullet and go in and do it, and dig in. Otherwise, it's just not going to happen. It's complicated to do these things. Let's see, anything else? No, get my shot tomorrow. I'm ready for that. Next Tuesday, a week from yesterday, will be the next live stream for the Clubhouse. So if anybody hasn't figured that one out, on every one of these videos, there's a link to the Clubhouse. You just click on that, and then you can go in Aaron, who administers Flat 5, can set you all up for that. And they send out the link to the clubhouse so you can log in, like about 20 minutes before it actually goes on air, because we have to set up the whole thing, and then there's a code that comes up that he has to then shoot out and stuff. It's all crap that I don't get at all. I just sit there. I just let him do it. He's the smart cookie. I'm the bass player. So my heart's out there with everybody who's still working it all. Hope Tiger Woods is okay. It sounds like this accident he was in was really bad. I mean, when they start talking crush on anything like that, that is not a good sign. And both his legs were crushed. So I don't. It's tragic, really sad. Not dead, but this is really bad. And that'll take care of it for today. So I wish everybody the very best. I'm going to take care of my stuff. You take care of yours, and we'll be back tomorrow, and I'll figure out some other adventure for us to go on. But love doing this with you. This is really, this is fun for me. I so enjoy it. And boy, visiting back with somebody as brilliant and gifted as Linda is, I could do that every single day. She's pretty magical. So, okie dokie. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.